Hello, long time, no record. I'm trying to get back into posting YouTube videos, so I'm recording this outside, so if you hear a lot of stuff. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the story that I'm gonna work on for Camp NaNoWriMo this year. So there's a high fantasy short story collection I've been writing, and I've been working on it since I was maybe 22. It's what I used for my undergrad thesis for my creative writing minor. And if you want to read two of the stories, the two stories that I used for my thesis, it's on my Patreon. But it's a short story collection. There's some original fiction, but a lot of the stories are fairy tale retellings. I started it back then. I worked on some of the stories on and off from maybe till 2022. I don't think I worked on them in 2023 because I was so consumed with all the things we've done. But I think I am going to work on that this month, and then that is something that I have always wanted to traditionally publish. I've wanted to traditionally publish my high fantasy, and it's a short story collection, which means the marketing and push will have to be different than a full novel. I actually got an honorable mention in the L. Ron Hubbard Writers of the Future writing contest a few years ago for that. When I used it for my undergrad thesis, I also submitted it. Really proud of that award. I was in the top 2% of entries, according to them. So that's half of the original story. The second half takes place later, so that's 2 original stories, and then a Cinderella retelling, which I have written and drafted but not finally edited, a Red Riding Hood retelling, which is the first story that I ever wrote in relation to that collection. I didn't write it with a collection in mind. I wrote it because I wanted to get back into writing and thought I would start with a short story. It's the one I used for my undergrad thesis. One of the ones I used for my undergrad thesis. It's on my Patreon if you want to go read it. It's under, I think the tag is under short stories. And then I also have a Sleeping Beauty retelling, a Little Mermaid retelling, and a Snow White retelling. And the Snow White retelling is the only one that I've been having a lot of struggle with and haven't drafted. So the Cinderella retelling, I'm a couple drafts in. The Little Mermaid, also maybe 1.5 drafts in. The second part of my original short story, I'm maybe tentatively pretty far in the plotting stage. Well, let's see what else I have actually. Just talking off the cuff here, but I have everything. The Sleeping Beauty retelling is from what I remember, edited to a place that I am comfortable with other people reading. I've done all I can by myself. Little Mermaid one, I have a few drafts left to get there. The same with the Cinderella one. I have a couple drafts left to get it as far as I can by myself at this stage. And the second part of my original fiction, I'm also going to work on plotting, because I think I have it partially plotted, or at least somewhat plotted. I think I know where I want to end and start. But that's all I have so far. My plan is to really buckle down and actually draft the Snow White one. For some reason, whenever I've started before, I feel like it's veered too close to Game of Thrones, Stark fanfiction, to be honest. Very much Arya Stark in a way that I think is a bit too close. So I'm going to just try. I haven't touched it in 2 years, so I'm going to just try to see what I can do. And then since I've tried to draft that, I've actually written and published a novel, so hopefully I have some more experience with writing under my belt. But yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about that and sort of come back to YouTube. This is just sort of a talking video, and I hope you can hear me, because I'm filming outside and it's pretty windy, actually. Alright, so thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on all my other socials, on Goodreads, on my Patreon, buy my book, All the Things We've Done by A.L. Kent. It's a really good summary young adult thriller. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.